You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch. Fuck you talking about? If that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. How can I keep that stick loaded? Boy, here, page line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think? Boy, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy. Think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. UPK too solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All the hoes wanna take my piece. All the nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn no. But I see the shawty and I show her. She could never get a priest hoe. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. And a sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bitch muggin'. I say, if that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. How can I keep that stick loaded? Boy, here, fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think? Boy, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy. Think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't nothing to me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, the clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you scoring them off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Commander General get a damn order, but ain't nothing to me to damn kill you. I stuck his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close combat. They got popped off for a neck. If that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. How can I keep that stick loaded? Boy, here, fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think? Boy, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy. Think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Christ said 7 we gonna be on one nigga in the end time, nigga. What wrong with you, boy? Stressed by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
No way, Jose.
Sacco shit. UPK nigga shoot solid. I don't even wanna talk if you can't keep some shit I told you deep. Fuck you talking about, but you a hoe with all that gossiping. Put that on my mom, you broke the code, boy. I know you switching like a faggot asshole. Boy, you pure pussy. They say what's wrong with me. Sick and tired of these fuckboy with low more than energy. Can't talk positive, keep that shit far away from G. Cause this shit every day, but make it change or I put you all up on my shit like a bitch that say she used to know me. I can't remember shit. All this logic got me far from dummies. Ice up on my wrist like I'm shooting hoops and spraying it slowly. These bitches really ain't shit. Even the Bible let you know she hoeing. What you got to say? Talking to niggas pulling burning ports. Seeking validation, can use a basic bitch called her Jehovah. All these niggas gay, yeah, all these niggas know I know it. Lame nigga in the way, boy, your spot is mine, let get reported. I walk in that bitch and the climate. I walk in that bitch and I'm shining. I walk in that comment, your highness. I'm a real nigga here with the hymen. You run up, get hit with the Heisman. Nigga acting like host for enlightenment. Bitch ass rust ass. I don't even wanna talk if you can keep some shit I told you deep. Fuck you talking about, but you a hoe with all that gossiping. Put that on my mom, you broke the code. Boy, I know you switching like a faggot asshole. Boy, you pure pussy. They say what's wrong with me. Sick and tired of these fuckboys with low more than energy. Can't talk positive, keep that shit far away from G. Cause this shit every day, but make it change or I cut it deep. Listen to the G, got these diamonds down like James Brown. Let's see where I be, I see you talking tough from out of town. Stick up by the bean, now that shit ain't need for fashion food. Up attack to cut your head off and watch it rotten too. AR-223, one hit wonder, bitch, I know I'm striking. Shout out Cub Key, no it's 2G like lightning. These niggas around the hood, no understood that I'm far from normal. PK the shield, let you know that I don't fuck with muscles. Bitch, you talking about what, but look at me. You talking about what, boy, I'm about it. You talking about what coming at me. All they fuck nigga boss, I ain't thinking. All they fuck nigga bosses just shrinking. And lame ass lives, fuck ass nigga, weak ass baby ass gangsta. I don't even wanna talk if you can't keep some shit I told you deep. Fuck you talking about, but you a hoe with all that gossiping. Put that on my mom, you broke the code, boy, I know you switching like a faggot at home, boy, you're pure pussy. They say what's wrong with me. Sick and tired of these fuckboys with low more than energy. Can't talk positive, keep that shit far away from G. Cause this shit every day, but make it change or I cut it deep.
You a lame ass hoe ass bitch boy. You know that shit deep inside you, lame ass dirt ass nigga. Take a bath. Dirt ass mouth, nigga.
No way, Jose.
Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, bitch, I done had enough. Fuck that fucking job, I'm watching everybody work. Fuck that fucking job, that little pay by the hour. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, my back hurting and I'm hungry. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, nigga, on soul. Yeah, caught between the two, get this money, go home. Yeah, all these people so, all these bitches, they messy. First day I came in, I bossed up on the bosses. And they promised nigga this, promised nigga that. Want my ass to work and bring that paper back. Sharp, where you been? I been taking the shit. Knowing damn well that I don't fucking sleep. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, me and bro, we just posted. Look him in the eye, shake my head disappointed. We gotta visualize, summarize, execute. All these people drop like fly, why the fuck we still here? Man, fuck that fucking job, when I pull up, I hate it. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, that's on all of their faces. Fuck that fucking job, man, I'm already lit. Man, I hear one thing, boy, you bound to get hit. Man, the bills cross a nigga's brain. Damn, that's how you keep a nigga damn a slave. Damn, the money supposed to be a tool. Damn, for a purpose, what's your purpose for? Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying.
You know what I'm talking about? I'm sick of that shit. I know you sick of it too, man. Money supposed to be a tool, but what's your purpose though? It's supposed to benefit a purpose. Shout out Boom Man now.
Yeah, nah.
What's your position?
Yo, this be actually really hard.
ISUPK shit, South Coast shit, man. Shout out to Tennessee up the building. Hey, get the money, hey. Fuck going on out there, motherfucker. Hey.
Get the money, nigga. Taste the paper, bitch. Keep all of your morals, never slay for shit. Ice up on my wrist. Yeah, I'm hood rich. I don't give a fuck about to get pop quick. Yeah, I'm on that shit. Yeah, I'm in the town. Niggas talking about that G, but now they come around. Can they come around? Yeah, I'm up, nigga. Man, fuck all of these hoes, get the bucks, bitch. I'm a young rich nigga, I ain't tryna flex. You can tell I'm cold by the ice around my neck. Straight up BBS, I charge you, boy, you wanna test. I don't get no shot about a nigga or a bitch. Boy, I love the life I live, cause a nigga keep it real. Nigga freshly hell, take that drip, but get your spill. I ain't lil' flip, getting pimped up out of his. I'm a straight G though, getting paper like a miso. That's that South Coast stain if you tryna hang. You be kidding about it, bang, boy, we rep the same. Nigga tryna talk, but we rep that murder game. Get your ass pop, ain't nothing to a G. All up, bitches wanna fuck, but hell no, I don't pay no fee. Bitches leak too deep, got that ice, I make it sneeze. All these niggas lame in hell, can't even come around me. Bitches South Coast, South Carolina, bitch, I'm styling ya.
Really, no demons get control of me. No money get the best of me. No bitches getting up over me. Don't want much, nigga, I'm sucker free. That's the way it gotta be. These niggas chain, these bitches chain, y'all chain is soak me. For real, this brotherhood of weapon. And bitch, we carry weapons. Like a rob on nigga ass won't even need a weapon. And you be represented. And you be very respected. And if you got a problem, then your way better address it. You cross that line, we ain't show no mercy. Cross that line, you ain't gon' need surgery. You pull up and they get nervous. You ain't making no moves, you ain't got no purse. On ISUPK, so I ain't never worried. I'm putting them right both of my hands dirty. For real, I learned from the OGs. I'm a young nigga, but I'm a certified priest. And I'm from Tennessee. In this minute-turn that I gotta keep my heat. You should play it safe, and we gon' play with keys. For real.
This video taken by the ISUPK is posted on the school's website and on YouTube. He says he and members of his Christian Bible school are well within their First Amendment rights.
Yay-Z, you know the chop. Ayazahab. Badness no sir. Let me tell you how the badness steer. Dopey bad fly when the clock display. Tell a boy say no try box this face. Back switch face. You know how your blood clot casket steer boy. You must see one Baptist prayer. When the map stick raise that big straight. Shot misplaced. The key them in your head stop misbehave. Crack his face. The key never tell us so we lock this place. Which locksmith anyway watch this space. War with them bunny like plastic plate. Hey, we don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We no take drape up. We no take beat up, we no stay up. And when the next day come, we no change up. My heart, them brothers, them wake up. Take care, boss boy, head top shake up. So tell a pussy, well, don't violate us. No care where you status, where you take up. Every man a killer till miss a dead face, you straight up. Great stuff, one West Link bigger than NATO. Man we bust it to NATO. Only man we afraid that are the creator, the maker. Hey, we don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15 and AR rounds. AR-15s and AR rounds. AR-15s and let me tell you how the badness steer. Dopey bad fly when the clock display. Tell a boy say no try box this face. Back switch face. You know how your blood clot casket steer boy. You must see one Baptist prayer. When the map stick raise that lick straight. Shot misplaced. The teeth them in your head stop misbehave. Crack his face. The key never tell us so we lock this place. Which locksmith anyway watch this space. War with them bunny like plastic plate. We don't play around. When you see the UPK around, we bring the fucking AK around. AR-15s and AR rounds. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ever since it's a COVID-19, everybody does a talk about vaccine. One to the vaccine when the pot clean. Operation need vaccine. We say vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. One to the vaccine for the crack fiend. One to the vaccine for the vaccine. Afraid them shoot our son when the cops see him. Hey, when the vaccine, one to the vaccine when the pot clean, one to the vaccine from the crime scene. Little ghetto youth fall up like napkin. We need a vaccine at the ghetto car. Our struggles are not similes and no metaphor. If the ghetto youth dream of get a car, buy a house, try make it out, enough no get so far. Enough no live so long, we get vaccine. Ghetto people no want to know vaccine. If it's not a vaccine, for we start cream and can live a better life and stop dream. For the youth them way in a jail house, we still no get charged, can't get no bail out. We say vaccine, but for me couldn't see road quarantine. Now we want to know that vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. One to the vaccine for the crack fiend. One to the vaccine for the vaccine. We afraid them shoot our son when the cops see him. Hey, where the vaccine? One to the vaccine when the pot clean. One to the vaccine from the crime scene. Little ghetto youth fall up like napkin. We need a vaccine for real, cause some evil people them be will lead us. Foot power neck time for you no ease off. Me no trust Babylon, we need a vaccine. For them stop, deceive the poor and every workplace start. Give people more vaccine. Me not lie, we need the cure. For police stop, kick in we door. We need a vaccine for bust the aisle mill. For cut the pipe in, look how long. I'll price drop, but JPS I give you some fuckery like Billy all out no fake. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. UPK got the vaccine. Mr. General Yan have the vaccine. General my man have the vaccine. Big Captain Mashak got the vaccine. Hey, Nayatap got the vaccine. Hey, Abada one got the vaccine. Hey, Akaya got the vaccine. Bakawar got the vaccine. Hey. Ever since it's a COVID-19, everybody does a talk about vaccine. One to the vaccine when the pot clean. Operation need vaccine. We say vaccine. Vaccine.
Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding strap on my chrome. Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding strap on my chrome.
Been out of these streets. Nigga trying to eat while I duck police. Own family stealing from me. Mama told me to pray, but white Jesus can't save me. Get him away from me. I don't know what to say. So many niggas hating me. Get him away from me.
Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding strap on my chrome. Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding strap on my chrome.
Going sip on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding around with my cone. Going sip on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding around with my cone. Trying to keep it on the true side, nigga. Laying low to play it cool now, nigga. Ass niggas on the team, I've been known to get the green ever since I was 2'5", nigga. Coop hanging out the roof now, nigga. Cause I ain't stunting on them. Put my whole team on so they ain't wrong. When niggas doing bad, you know that they be hating on you.
Get the hoping that you fall, they be waiting on it. Bullshit, get bread from the envy. Best friends get to looking like enemies. When you got it in this bank account empty. Perfect recipe to breed a lot of jealousy. Looking from a bird's eye view. Learn from everything I've been through. Told my baby girl, if you ain't spending life with the nigga, never let him put a dick up in you. Cause if a nigga wrong, I'ma check that shit. And when you paper long, never flex that shit. Told my son, when you getting money, never trick it to a bop and flip it over, then invest that shit. Give a lot of game, trying to bless my kid. Gotta keep it real, that's the best shit. Got hitters up in Philly, back in Texas. When I get up on the track, yeah, I wreck shit.
Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding strap with my chrome. Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding strap with my chrome.
Going sip on my own, don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding around with my chrome. Going sip on my own, don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I'm riding around with my chrome.
Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. I can't fight the cops and the ops. Stolen blocks, heavy on the block. While the crack tucked in the sock. It's to help the ones I love. We was on the block for the grub. If you from my side, then it's love. Wanted big knots, busting out the jeans. But we was hurting all the fiends. Without that crack, he look just like me. Dirty nigga from the concrete. But the white man dealt the sand. So we eating up the trash can. People ride by. Don't extend a hand, cause to them, this an average black man. So for him, that's why I gotta make it. I ain't talking rap. Before the slave ships, I'm one of a kind. Y'all can't take it. I can never leave my spot vacant, cause I'm black. I see crowns and I take it cause I'm black. I never been in no spaceship, but I know a UFO when I see it. I know that it's gonna come when I need it. I put faith in God more than Bible reading. So I don't play that shit. Address them when you see him. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. My dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. My dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Learn to flip pennies cause I'm black. Know about semis cause I'm black. Yeah, in the hood, we was strapped 10 toes down. We wear sacks. Substitute Israelite with black. And you gotta guess where I'm at. I be with the priest chilling hard. Right on Malcolm X Boulevard. To you niggas, to me the stars. Everything about my life is hard. But I'll never fold, play my cards. You want beef? What's the cause? Watch your mouth, I hit hard. Back up for you need gauze. Everything you say, mad pause. Every move I make is within them laws. And I've been the boss, cause it's beneficial. Ask the enemy, I've been official. If not for weed, I've been the official. Homie, I understand why you smoke. Been depressed since slave boats. But the Bible is the cheat code. Far blunts don't need those. Brotherhood is life's cheat code. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. My dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. My dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. I don't gotta buy J's cause I'm black. I don't play 2 cages cause I'm black. Fought my whole life cause I'm black. But I left his eye blue and black. Ain't got a trap cause I'm black. Ain't got not one face tat. But I'm still getting profile, cause I fit these crackers profile. Scruffy beard with the dark skin, baggy sweats with the butter Timbs. So they know they can't butter him, so they rather jail cell muzzle him. If you touching him, and you come for him, cause I'm a law keeper, a peace bringer, no tranquility, a peace bringer. Deuce in the street sweeper, covers flip, I be spicing shit. But gunned I would die in the icy wrist, that showed in my chest ain't for blocking shit. Touch me, I'm all on you blocking shit, cause I'm black. You think I gotta cock the fifth? Well, that's a stereotype, that's accurate, cause crackers laying niggas in these cold streets and then telling my brother he got a beef for me. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black, ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. My dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. My dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. So I'm black.
according to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that bygone. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to profit. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up on parole because of the COVID. It feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Nowhere is gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know what I'm saying? They say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe. You gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask shit. Oh, I'm with step, I'm silent for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. I ain't taking no loss, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just pay with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell them we can't keep it slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pass through the fire. Ask you the prophets, that baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail you, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop and ask you the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, right. But that's what the church is for, lying.
Good to see you finally come to class, huh? Hey, man, I'm a praises. I mean, both sides, I mean, definitely appreciate it. Shalom, 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 Cat. Shalom. Yeah, Shalom. What's going on? You know what? That's all right, brother. I already know, man. Where I get church? Come on, this stuff. That's right, man. Listen, I'm ready. Listen, I got my sword. Here's my ID, brother. You know what I mean? Make sure I ain't got no warrants. Make sure I ain't got no warrants.
Warrants. We don't check.
Well, I got my pen. I brought my own.
We're not police.
I bought my own pen so I can sign a non-disclosure agreement, right?
No, Bob. We don't do no non-disclosure agreement.
Why are you pushing me? All right, I'm here.
Just gotta check you.
All right, let's
gotta check.
No problem.
You do things properly.
Yeah. All right. All right. I ain't got no weapons. Yeah. All right.
How you here?
Don't forget. Excuse me. I'm just a little nervous.
You good?
Just a little nervous. Sorry.
Oh, for sure.
Y'all have no opens. Y'all gotta have something.
They did some shit like, okay, it ended up being like a like where the shit came.
Alawapanya Barak.
Clap it up. Yeah, brother. Let's get on tonight, Akim. Excuse my slides, Akim. I came in here with two right boots tonight. So we'll have to get it on without my boots tonight. Got a few dollars for the young brothers that want to act right. Right up here on the table. Whoever wants it, we'll see who wants it in a minute. Anyway, let's get it on tonight. We'll go into polygamy, much polygamy. Give the Most High a hand. Give polygamy a hand. Polygamy is the unsung hero of this nation. Unsung, uncelebrated hero of this nation. A practice that without which we wouldn't have a nation. We wouldn't have brothers. We wouldn't have sisters. We wouldn't have a family without polygamy. It is the unsung hero of this family. Give it a hand. And not only that, but many good women beautiful women would have no husband without polygamy? Give it a hand again. Sisters, the officer is going to get these lights together so you can see, all right? He'll move them around, do his thing with them, all right? So just stand by for that. Before we get into the topic, to celebrate polygamy, I'll take a drink tonight. I don't usually do that, but why not? Let's have one up here. Let's get a drink together. Also, I'll answer, of course, all of your questions on a myriad of topics. Whatever you would like to ask, you can ask, all right, online. Who do we have in the class tonight? I'll run them down. Who we here? Oh, this is who is that up there?
That's Chicago.
Give Chicago a hand. Windsor, Canada. Give Canada a hand. And give headquarters a hand. All right. Good to go. And I'll answer your questions whenever you're ready. Any questions in the room, I'll answer them right now, all right? I got to move this microphone to the other side if I could. Oh, I'm not supposed to go live on TikTok. I forgot. Let me see if I can do that now as well, all right? Can I go live on TikTok in here? It jams me up? Somebody said no?
No, they were
okay. Go ahead, Warrior. No, please, just in the back if it's all right. Hand me a napkin as well, please, if you don't mind. Okay. The sister right there can't see, can she? What about that chair? Try that. Does that help?
Is that better?
That jam still. How about you in the back, sis? Can you see? We good to go from here? If not, let me know, all right? Asher will straighten it out for you. All right. Any questions online from Canada or Chicago? Go ahead.
Yes, I got a question in Zechariah 3:1.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to know if when it mentions Joshua here, if it's talking about Yahushua.
Okay, go ahead.
It says Zechariah 3:1. And he showed me Joshua, the high priest, standing before the angel of the Lord, and Satan standing at his right hand to resist him.
Okay.
Verse 2, sir?
You got to read it one more time. I missed it.
Cut, sir.
You got another cup. You got a cup like this you can give me? No, this is water. Tonic water. I need that and with some ice in it too, please. No problem. Go ahead. Read it again. You asking me, is this Yahushua?
Cut, sir.
Where are we reading from?
We're reading Zechariah chapter 3, verse 1.
Okay, go ahead.
And he showed me Joshua, the high priest, standing before the angel of the Lord, and Satan standing at his right hand to resist him.
Okay, I don't believe this is speaking about Yahushua Christ. I could double check, but I'm almost positive. Is there something else in here that makes you think it might be speaking about Yahushua?
It says Satan standing at the right hand side to resist him. I thought, because usually, Commander Johanna would say, on Earth, you got angels carrying up, how you doing, and what's going on, and then of course Christ is trying to plead for you, and then Satan is trying to accuse you, like in a court up in. I
got you. Okay, I'll double check just in case, but I don't believe from hearing this precept that this is not literal. This is talking about that high priest, much like Michael and Satan debated each other, battled each other. Okay. You know what I'm speaking about, right? Okay. So, but to my memory, this is not speaking about Yahushua Christ. But I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure, all right? Okay. Anything else? Any other questions? Questions in the room?
Counselor, there's a question in the private chat. Chicago has a question, sir.
Chi-Town, you're up.
Chicago, there's a problem with your mic. So while we wait for Chicago, sir, we have a question from online. General Q wants to know who got them Much Polygamy shirts.
Ooh, give him a hand. So, well, since you asked, I had one of my wives make this shirt for me. Give Polygamy a hand again. Polygamy just can't stop her. Polygamy is unstoppable. It's like having a workforce, Asher.
Building a nation.
That's how you build a nation. Don't worry, you want one, Q, I have my rib make you one up. Don't sweat it, all right? No problem. Next.
Sir, I have another question online. If a brother can get 1 Timothy 3 and 2, that's 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 2. This person would like a breakdown on that scripture, sir.
Okay, go ahead and read it.
It's the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 3 and verse 2. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife.
Ooh, hold on one second. Who asked the question?
Some person named Israel.
This is from the IUIC, this person, right? Israelite person. That's his name online. Israelite person. Let me see the guard 1 second. Where's the other one? One is missing already. Coriella, get this to the young brother right up front. Give him a hand. You know what he's doing. He's sitting down, hands folded. Well done, warrior. That's just the beginning. We just getting started. All right. So now, okay, to the person to the IUIC member who asked the question in the chat room, right? Read it one more time.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 3 and verse 2.
Uh-huh.
A bishop then must be blameless.
A bishop. So what is a bishop? When you look up bishop in your Bible dictionary, the word translates to master in English. Master, right? Anyone can just look it up in your Bible dictionary. So a bishop must be the husband of one wife. Does it say he could be the husband of one wife? Does it say it's a suggestion to be the husband of one wife? No, it says he must be the husband of one wife. You need that, purple man, purple pig in the IU in the chat room. He must be the husband of one wife. Go ahead.
Vigilant.
This is going on to all the different, aspects of his virtuous personality that he has to have. But he must be the husband of one wife. Go ahead.
Sober.
No, skip down now to the deacons.
Go
ahead.
Verse 8. Likewise must the deacons be grave, not double-tongued, not given to much wine.
Did you get to the deacons, the one wife aspect of the deacons? Give me that.
Verse 12. Let the deacons be the husbands of one wife.
Damn, them too. So we have the number one in command of the church and the second in command of the church. They all have to have one wife. All of them. Everybody has that, correct? IUIC, Purple Pig, you get that, right?
It's like it, sir.
Huh?
But what about the regular man?
Oh, well, the regular guy in the church, you mean? Well, who is not a bishop and a deacon in the church? The word bishop means master. The word deacon means servant. So if you are in the work of the Lord, either you're a bishop or a deacon. You're either a master or a servant, or else you're not in the service. Why? Because the Lord sent us out by twos. Moses and Aaron. Christ sent them out by twos. Commanding General Yohana has sent his men out by twos. Two men going out and speaking, and that's the whole basis of this entire work. A speaker and a reader. What the church is called a bishop and a deacon. Of course, side note, we never used that term in the Israelite School of UPK because over the years, the term has become synonymous with child molesting Christians, which is why we would never use that term. The IUIC specifically uses the term of deacon and bishop because they are a LGBT run church and they do everything that the Christian church does. I'm going into that later in 1 second. We would never use that term, even though the term is in the Bible, Why? Because over the years, the term has become synonymous with weak pedophiles in church. So in the UPK, we raise up officers, captains, and generals.
Right.
Why? To make sure that there is a masculine tone on our rank system. To make sure that it sounds masculine, the men who have the rank are fully masculinated by the name, so they know they're required to be men, not bishops and deacons and choir members. Everyone understands. But now I'm using the term because the term is in the Bible. The translation is master and servant. And you can't be in the work, you can't be in charge unless you have one wife. So this is to the IUIC member in the chat room. Could Christ be a deacon? Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior, hallelujah. Could he be a bishop in your church? Let the purple pig answer. I'll give you 1 second. Paul, could he be a bishop in the church? Would it be possible for him to be a bishop? Would it be possible for our King Jesus Christ to even lead a church, to even lead a school? Would it be possible? Let the pig answer the question. Give him 1 second. I'm sorry. Let Israel answer the question. All right, goddamn. Whoever asked the question, Israel, just tell me, could Jesus Christ be a deacon in the IUIC? Could Paul be a deacon in the IUIC or a bishop? No answer? 1 second, Levi. No answer at all. Let someone else give it a shot. Someone who is not an officer in the school, because I know you already know the answer. I'll take it from a woman, and I'll take it from anyone who is not an officer in the school. Sister.
Yes.
He could, how?
Because he's the head. So as the head, he could either be the master or the servant.
But remember, a master or a servant must be the husband of one wife.
Oh.
We just read that.
So no.
Why? Why not?
Because he's nobody's husband.
Give her a hand. Yeah. Purple pig, do you know what that would mean? You're in a church that Jesus Christ couldn't lead. And he doesn't. And he doesn't lead the IUIC. The Bible just said you must be the husband of one wife. Jesus Christ had no wife. He said this. He said, for those that have an ear, let him hear. There are some that be eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. That's what Christ said. Paul said he had no wife. He had no wife at all. Jesus Christ was the husband of 0 wives, which would mean he is not the husband of one wife. You see, can I say side? We on TikTok? We not on TikTok.
You can say sodomite.
Let me try to stop it so it can get on TikTok eventually. You can't say the Q word. Q is bad.
You can say queer or questioning.
You queer people in the IUIC, you're queer. And because you're queer, when you read this scripture, you see it as a bishop can only have one wife. That's what you see in your mind. Christians do that all the time. Any officer who has ever been to camp, you read a precept to a Christian, he has never seen it for the first time until that day, because he puts his own bias on the Bible. You understand? So when he reads the Bible, he sees a bishop can only have one wife. A deacon can only have one wife. And it does not say that up. It says a bishop must be the husband of one wife, which would mean you could not have 2 or more, and you could not have 0. Because if you have 0 wives, you are, come on, not the husband of one wife. I know Christians, you have never seen this before because you read the Bible through a very warped lens. You read the Bible through the mind of white people. That's what you do. And whenever you open up the Bible, you filter it through your white sensibility. You filter it through your mind of saying, what would white people want me to see? What would white people prefer? And white people don't believe in polygamy. White people believe in monogamy and prostitution and child molestation. That's what they believe in. But they don't believe in having more than one wife. But they do believe in having sex with your son, your daughter, and buying whores and Instagram whores and OnlyFans whores. They believe in that. But they have a wedding ring for that one mama who's sitting at home, and she's always right. She's always right. Happy wife, happy life. So you're incorrect. Let me explain to you what this is talking about, all right? The one wife that a bishop must have and a deacon must have is not talking about the wife at home. It's talking about the wife in here. The wife in here. If you're going to be a master in this truth, a servant in this truth, you must be married to your work. That's what this precept is talking about. It is not talking about a woman, or else Christ couldn't be over the whole school that is named after him. Paul could not even be in charge because he had 0 wives. Because Christ had 0 wives, so he couldn't even be in charge. This is not talking about that. When the Bible is saying he must be the husband of one wife, the deacon must have one wife. I'm going to give you the precept for it. Give it to me in 1 Corinthians, all right? All right, you know what I want. He that hath wives be as you know what I'm talking about. Now I'll get to the next. Is Israel responding at all, Asher?
No, sir.
No response from the purple pig. Of course not. You see, you got your religion from white people. And that will always hurt you in the battle with us because we are sincere and pure and biblical. And the IUIC is not. Do you know the IUIC has some made up religious day called the Day of Simon? Who know? You know about this, warrior? What? The Day of Simon, they have some day that's called the Day of Simon. They celebrate some cat named Simon in the Apocrypha, and they give him a holiday that they made up on their own. Well, guess what they did with marriage? They're not giving you biblical marriage. They're giving you Roman marriage, Roman Catholic marriage, American marriage, British marriage, French marriage. And what comes with American marriage? Prostitutes and child molestation and whores in the back seat of your car. Any of you women out there that have ever been married with a ring on your finger to a man, you all know that he bought prostitutes. You know what I'm saying is true. Right. They all do it. They're all married men. Happy wife, happy life. And then they get in their car and they go to Vegas. And what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas when you're married. Right. When you're married. And that's why you can't deal with Commanding General Yohana, because God is with him and you are queer, especially Big Frida. Lord have mercy. Give Big Frida a hand. I mean, what is the name of that Big Frida in the damn IUIC? Who the fuck know? I don't know. But I know he's big and he must be a choreographer. Oh, he's like Debbie Allen now. This cat is like Debbie Allen from Fame. He must be a choreographer. He is light on his feet. Light. He's very light on his feet. Yeah, hands. He light with his hands. I can't even understand how he moved his neck and waist like that, being a man. We're going into that in 1 second. All right, let me get to the questions first. You
First Corinthians,
derailing
sir?
me. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 7:29.
Give the young brother in the back. Give him something, brother. In the back, Levi. The young brother in the back. He's sitting there, sitting down. Give him one. Give him a hand. All right, that's just the start.
But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives.
Wait, the what is short?
The time
is short, man. That's important to understanding this breakdown. Meaning we don't have time for you to be a family man. That's what the IUIC, their whole marketing trick is to tell everyone that they're a family Israelite group. They're not crazy like those crazy niggers are in New York. Not like those crazy niggers are in Harlem. No, that's not how they are. They have the day of Jason. And they play games. Oh, where is this video at? I forgot to send you, Asher, when they said they play games on these evil holidays. They all meet up together. Can I find it? I have to give you one video. Bear with me 1 second, because this video is disgusting. About the IUIC. It slipped my mind. Stand by.
No, sir.
Stand by. Am I even going to have this video?
No. Yes.
Get your questions on deck, Akim and Akwafian, all right? Let me try to find this. Did I even save it? You know, I sent this to Captain Tazaryak. See if he's listening or watching. I sent him a video when the IUIC said they all meet up and they meet on the evil holidays of America. Meaning on Christmas, they all come together and celebrate it. On Halloween, Thanksgiving, they all meet up and celebrate it. I sent it to Captain Tazaryak. I might have to move on because I don't know if I even saved the damn video. Anyway, I'll get to it. The whole point, the whole thing that they market themselves to a ton of weak queers in the world and try to teach them that they can be in the Israelite group and still be queer. And how do they do that? By marketing themselves as family men, as good family men. They just want to play games. They want to have a dance battle. They love their dance battles. They just want to have fellowship and friendship, and the kids are playing and laughing. Oh, it's so lovely in there.
So, like, sir, Captain Tarek said he's listening.
Fuad, I sent him a video months ago of the IUIC saying that it's important for us to come together on evil holidays. And he said the term, it's important for us to come together on evil holidays. And then he's showing all the kids playing on an evil holiday. It damn near gave me a headache. I try to understand how he could think that that is not celebrating. Hold on 1 second. Shalom, everything all right? Everything all right? What's up? Rocket the Yahweh while Yahweh shy. All right, I'll call you back after we're done. Shalom. That's my son. He went there and got his sister's phone number today. Give him a hand.
Oh, man.
Call me about it.
Much polygamy.
Come here, he ain't got a sister's number. You see that? That polygamy, y'all. It just don't stop. You know where he come from. And I'm polygamying on another level. I'm polygamying in the Spider-Verse. I'm doing polygamy in the multiverse of madness. My polygamy is like this here. God, it is in the multiverse of madness, my polygamy. Get a young man my other hand. Right. He knows what he's doing. All right. All right.
1 Corinthians
please.
7:29.
Go ahead.
But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
Listen, we don't have time for you to be Bill effing Cosby. Right. For you to be a family man. I'm with my family. We're playing and we're having games all weekend. We're celebrating the day of Jason. And who has time for that? We're not family men in the UPK. Right. We're not. That's not who we are at all. You want a family man? Give him your daughter and your son to have sex with. Those are your family men. Your child molesters. Your what's those coaches that molest everybody's kids? All coaches. Any coach USA. Molesting those are Catholic priests. Boys, thank you. The Boy Scout leaders. Oh, that's a family organization, isn't it, Levi? They believe in the family. They'll take your son out for a camping trip.
Right.
He'll come back sore. They're big, the Boy Scouts of America. Oh, they're just so family oriented. The Boy Scouts are just like the IUIC. They have a front of having a family nature when really they are predators. They are wolves in sheep's purple clothing. That's it. Just like the Boy Scouts, Catholic priests, or your random sports coach that molested Mike Tyson, who was molested by a boxing coach, Sugar Ray Leonard, who was molested by a boxing coach. Every athlete you've ever heard of has been molested by this family helper, this person who came into their life to be a male role model in their life, to be someone that their mother could trust. Every last one of them is having sex with your son and your daughter, but they're family men. In the UPK, we're not family men, and we don't rape your children either. We don't murder women either. And we're not family men, we're warriors. And we come in here to risk our lives and to willingly put our lives on the line. We do not have time for you to build some family. If you want to do that, go to the Boy Scouts. They'll do it with you. In here, we want your warfare in here. Why? Because the time is short. Because we just don't have time. Come on, up front.
Shalakia, sir. It just came out that Gabriel Union just told on Dwayne Wade how he has like basketball camp and the boys are butt naked.
Yeah, who's surprised? No one in here, right? Not a soul in the UPK. But Dwayne Wade, he loves his son. He's a better family man than me. If my son came out as gay, I'd have one less son. That would be that. I would just never call him, never talk to him again, walk by him if I saw him in the supermarket. That would be that. I would have no son.
Right.
So clearly Dwayne Wade is a better father than me. Or is he? Or is he? Well, that's the IUIC. You know, a ton of fake fatherly, type of cats who are just going to kill your daughter. That's all they're going to do, and rape your child. That's all they're going to do. We don't have time for you to be a family man in here.
Right.
Keep going.
30. 1 Corinthians 7:30. And they that weep.
No, read above it. That part I need. That part you skipped over. Right
Salakia,
there.
sir. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that they have wives.
Both they that have what?
Wives.
Wives with an S.
WIVES.
Please. But he wanted to spell it because he needed to. Because they that have wives, not they that have a wife, but they that have wives.
Be as though they had none.
Be as what?
Had none.
Be as though what?
They had none.
Be as though they had none. What does that mean? If you have one wife or 10, in here you have none because you are married to your work.
Right.
Those are the wives that we're speaking about in Timothy with the deacon and the bishop. You can only have one of those out. You can only have one thing that you are married to, that you would die for. One thing, and that's the work of our holy king.
Right.
That's the Israelite school of UPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And we're married to this school.
Right.
Married. And it comes before everything.
Right.
It comes before your wife.
Right.
Before your children.
Right.
It comes first. Why? Because he didn't even have a wife or a child, so he could work for you. Christ, our king, did not have a wife. He couldn't even be a bishop in the Purple Pigs group because he didn't have one wife. He didn't have a wife. He didn't have kids. He put the work of the Lord primary in his life, and then he died.
Right.
And then he said what to us? You must take up your cross and follow after him. So now you'll have one wife. Every officer will have one wife.
Right.
You'll be married to this. This comes before your family, before your mommy, before the mommy that you sleep with at home, which is your woman, who you still treat like your mommy. You need her to stop you from chasing whores. A lot of you would still buy whores if that bitch wouldn't go through your phone every day.
Right.
Going through that phone is the only prevention you have in your life, because without her going through your phone, you would buy prostitutes. She's policing you like your mom.
Right.
She's your mom. She's coming in your room and seeing what you have under your bed. She's the only thing that keeps you moral. Your wife. That's how it is in the IUIC. In the IUIC, they have one wife, and that wife is a cop, just like the cops in there. They arresting blacks and Latinos on the street. The purple bitches is in there policing those men.
Right.
Making sure they don't cheat. Making sure. Why? Because if they get caught cheating, what's going to happen? Bishop Nate is going to kick them out. The IUIC, so they can't ever commit adultery. They can't ever cheat. And so they're getting policed constantly. How do I know? Because they called my phone. This is one purple bishop in there with glasses, the one that said, I snitch. His wife right now is all angry at him because he got caught cheating on her. Now, ask me how I know. Don't ask. Don't ask. Keep going. Salaki.
Verse 30.
1 second. That's all I need. The one wife is not an actual wife. See, the Bible is in metaphor, you purple pig. But white people read the Bible like it's literal. That's what they do all the time. The Bible, in so many cases, is not literal. It's spiritual. It's slang. And if it's literal, then Jesus Christ could not be a bishop.
That's right.
Then Paul, who wrote this, could not be an authority to write it.
That's right.
I know you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, so I'll just move on. Go ahead, up.
So it's like
Officer in the back, please. Trooper Salaki, go ahead.
Would it be similar to how? Salaki, sir.
Salakia, sir. Would it be similar to how Yahweh refers to Israel as his wife also?
Yeah, give him a hand. Take your test, too. Right, because the Most High calls Israel his wife. And what do we call him? Ayash, our husband. Why? Because he is married unto us. That's in Jeremiah, the 3rd chapter. We're married to him. If you need more backup, that's another precept. Let's pull it real fast for the trooper's sake, all right? Yes, we're married to the Lord. And we are his wife, and he is our husband. Not literally, but that's our relationship in spirit. Well, you have to be married to this school, or else you're not worthy of the man who founded it, because he forewent a family. You understand? There be some that are eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. He went without it, and he had every desire that you have. Every last one. That's in the Bible as well. But he didn't have a wife. And here you are. You're blessed to have a wife. And what do you put her before the school? Put her before going to camp? You know what your wife is going to think about you if you do that? Your wife is going to know you're a punk. And brothers, that's another class that I'll get into one day. Don't make your wife think you're a punk, because once that happens, it is extremely difficult for her to ever honor you again. If your wife knows that you compromise what you believe is right according to God for her, you're going to have a hard time making her think you're not a punk. And once she thinks you're a punk, it is extremely difficult to change her mind about it. It's extremely difficult. Who does that? You brothers that are alcoholics. When your wife looks at you, she thinks you're a pussy. She thinks you are weak. She sees you. I never knew my daddy. My mama, you think I want to be like this? She looks at you like, I got to be with it. I got to let him get on top of me and act like I like it. Listen, women, IUIC, close your ears. Women like masculine men. Right. And I know you don't know this in the IUIC. Your wives know this, though, and your sisters. Women like us. They like us out. All the way they like us. I pray you understand that. They like us. Why? Because we're not punks. Because we don't put them first. They like that. That a woman does not want for her to be the entire pursuit of your life, and you compromise God for her. She doesn't feel safe around you. All right. And it's integral within a woman's mind for her to feel safe because she's with you. But if she knows that you will not go to camp for her, you will switch Israelite groups for her, you will choose a God that she approves of, she will never feel safe with you. And that, of course, will make her call our phone day and night for us to make her strong enough to stay with you. She'll need us to do it. And we'll say, well, sister, you married him, you know. That's who you married. You're purple now. You got to just be purple. Okay, and that's what we tell them when they call. And this is not only me. They call a lot of captains in the school. And we tell them to stay with their man. To stay with him. You don't have to be purple. You don't have to join that filth in there, but you can't leave him and you can't commit adultery. Right? Even though your husband is weak. And if you are in the IUIC, you are weak. You chose that group because its weakness attracted you. Cesare, you have that video for me? Oh, listen, put it up there, please, real fast. See me one more time, warrior. It's too late for this coffee. I'm in it now. I needed that earlier. Now I got this. Yeah. It's too late for that. The time is short. It's all right. I'll get it next time. No sweat. I'll take it home with me or something like that. Let me know. All right, go ahead.
Ready, sir?
Go ahead, please. Because this gives me a headache on trying to understand it. Okay, go ahead and play it.
Hey, shalom, most high Christ bless. Soldier Shamgar here, IUIC Phoenix. It's important for us to congregate on these wicked hella days. We got a place for the people to come home.
Okay, help me now. IUIC in the chat room, help me out now. Come on, IUIC in the chat room, talk to me. Damn, stop being punks. Stop being scared. Talk. He said, this is Officer Shamgar, IUIC of the IUIC Phoenix. It's important for us to congregate on these evil holidays. That, I don't understand that, what the hell that means. He said, it's important for us to congregate on these evil holidays. Now, come on now, put that in the box. It's important for us to congregate on an evil day. I'm going to go again. It's important for us to congregate on an evil holiday. Play it again.
Hey, shalom, most high Christ bless. Soldier Shamgar here, IUIC Phoenix. It's important for us to congregate on these wicked hella days. We got a place for the people to come home.
Word wicked, pause. It's important for us to congregate on these wicked hella days. Help me, IUIC. Come on in the chat room. I just want to understand you. I don't understand people outside the school, and it's been my effort of my life to try to understand you, even though I don't talk to you, and I know that's a handicap. But I'm trying to get it now. Lord, forgive me. I tell you, brothers, I was in Florida one time. I'm in Florida rocking my shield in Florida. And some cat came up to me. I was with one of my ribs, I think 2 or 3 of them, right? And I'm with them, and some cat saw my shield, and he said, hey, you Israelite? I said, yeah. He said, you on the East Coast? I said, yeah. He said, what city you in? I said, Philly. I said, that's where I'm from, Philly. I go back and forth from Philly and New York. He said, oh. He said, yo, you on the East Coast? You in Philly, New York? You got to go to this place in Upper Darby. You got to go there. And listen, they got another branch somewhere in Harlem. Man, you got to go there. He said, they got curtains on the windows. I said, really? He said, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, if you're an Israelite on the East Coast, I wish I was from the East Coast. I'm from Florida. But you got to go there, man. I was traveling one time, and I saw them. They got curtains on the windows. They in Upper Darby, and they in Harlem. You got to go there, man. I'm telling you. I said, listen, man, I'm going to do that. And I just walked away. And my ribs looked at me like, this nigga don't never want to talk to nobody. Ever. I wish I could stop being that way, but I know that I won't. Right? So because I'm never going to talk to you, I can do it in class. Why is it important for you to congregate on a wicked day? Why? How could it be important for you to come together and congregate? So the more wicked the day, the more you celebrate. Help me. You understand this, sister? Break it down to me. She knows. Go ahead. Break this down.
I had the same problem.
Really?
Yes.
Go ahead.
What it is that the other people win. So they know you're Israelite. They know you don't celebrate holidays. But they do. So they want to please them.
You know what? I think she's right. And give her a hand again. I think that's it. That's what makes sense in that you know the holiday is wicked and evil, but you also know that your wife likes it, doesn't she? Your wife really likes Christmas. And the children, you got to do it for the kids, really. The kids love Christmas and Halloween and Thanksgiving. So even though you know it's evil, you know your wife likes it and the kids like it. So it's important that you congregate on a wicked holiday. Keep playing it. Play from the top. I'm letting it play through to the end this time. Go ahead.
Hey, shalom, most high Christ bless. Soldier Shamgar here, IUIC Phoenix. It's important for us to congregate on these wicked holidays. We got a place for the people to come home to. They can relax, kick back, have fun, enjoy each other in the spirit of unity. Psalms 133. Take a look around. You got happiness all around the room. This is our family. This is what we do here at IUIC. Shalom, most high Christ bless.
Okay, Akim. They're having a wonderful time down there in IUIC Phoenix, because it's Christmas. Why is that different than celebrating Christmas? How is that any different? Come on, IUIC in the chat, where are you at? You're not going to say a damn word. Give the young brother up front $1 more. Right there, the brown brother right up there. Give him a hand. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He's disciplined. He's not like some queer that has no discipline. I got to move on. Okay? Unless someone from the IUIC wants to explain it to me and tell me how this is different than just going to your grandmom's house and celebrating Christmas. Why don't you just go over there with her and do it? How is it different that you're celebrating a wicked holiday in your church? I got to move on. Okay, I got to break down polygamy in a second. That's going to take all night. Go ahead.
General Haas sent us a video about one of their bishops talking about having multiple wives.
Well, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Oh, wait, before I do that, do I have any other questions I need to answer?
Chicago's, we're still waiting.
Let me get Chicago's. Let me get Levi's and Chicago's. Go.
If I may add one, I wanted a breakdown on Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment. If I may, sir, the evil suspicion, could this be like assuming
assuming I need a little more context about what we're talking about.
You might take it one more verse, sir.
Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus 3 and 23. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are shown unto thee than men understand. Verse 24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment.
I'm sorry, 1 second. No, I'm fine, Warrior. Go ahead, up.
And an evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment.
Okay, your question is what is the evil? What is a example of an evil suspicion that overthrows your judgment?
Come on, sir.
Thinking something evil about your brother that is not true. That's an evil. A suspicion is when you think someone has done something wrong. Someone has done something evil, correct? An evil suspicion is when he did not do that, and you still think that he did it. That overthrows your judgment. You're wrong. You think that he lied to you, or he stole money from you, or he did this to you, and he didn't. You're suspicious of him without cause. And now because of that, when you have to make a judgment, you judge against him because you think he's a thief. He's a liar. He did this and he did that when he never did it, which is why you need proof and evidence to bring an accusation against someone. Because if not, you can convict them in your mind, which will make you convict them in reality. If you have a high enough rank, if you have a position to do so, you get my point. Anything else?
That's it for now, sir.
Question. Let me get Chicago. Go ahead.
Hey, shalom, sir. Can you hear me?
I hear you fine up.
It's the water, sir. My question is in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 10 and 11.
Mm-hmm.
If I can get a general breakdown on these scriptures, sir.
Go ahead and read it.
Come with the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 10. I have seen the travail which the Most High hath given to the sons of men to be exercised in it. Verse 11. He had made everything beautiful in his time. Also, he had set the world in their heart, so that no man.
What in their heart? Say that again.
He had set the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the work that God maketh from the beginning to the end. So
okay, I might have to read that with you. I don't have my phone. I'm trying to go do this nonsense real fast. Read it one more time for me.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 10. I have seen the travail which God hath given to the sons of men to be exercised in it.
I get it. I get that. Go ahead.
Verse 11. He had made everything beautiful in his time.
Wait, read that part right there again.
He hath made everything beautiful in his time.
Go ahead.
Also, he had set the world in their heart.
I get that. Go ahead.
So that no man can find out the work that God maketh from the beginning to the end.
I get that. You want to break down on that, right?
Khan, sir.
I read it from the top again, but you're a little low. Can you improve your sound?
Let me try, sir. Salakia. Gotta switch my microphone over. Get one moment, sir.
I think Asher is fixing it for you right now.
Okay, Khan.
All right, go ahead.
Is it better, sir?
That's better. Go ahead, All
right, Khan. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 10. I have seen the travail which God hath given to the sons of men.
The sons of men is speaking. 1 second, out. The sons of men is speaking about the other nations. The so-called white man, the so-called Chinese, Japanese, Africans. He has seen the travail, the trouble that the Most High has given the sons of men. What trouble do the sons of men have that they're working on day and night? The sons of men have to thrive, dominate the planet, and rule the world without the blessing of God. They don't have God's blessing. So if the food is going to grow, they're going to have to go to the top scientists to make those crops grow. They're going to need Monsanto's, this bug killer, that bug killer, genetics. They're going to need to work so hard to just make food grow. Why? Because God is against them. God is not going to bless their crops. God is not going to bless their land. So to have success, they're going to need to work 10 times as hard because God will not help them. You understand that?
Khan, sir.
You need that to understand the rest. Go ahead.
Khan, to be exercised in it.
To be exercised in it, meaning for them to be able to work and to dominate the planet, to rule the world. My God, they better get smart. They better achieve. They better stay up day and night. They better build this and build that and build rockets. They better work because the Most High will never bless them. A white man's life is constantly trying to succeed in the face of God's rejection, just like he did with Jacob and Esau. Hold your point. The Most High chose Jacob and rejected Esau. So what was Esau blessed with? Esau was blessed with the sword. The sword. Esau had to kill his way into dominance. When meanwhile, who was Jacob? Jacob was a plain man who liked to dwell in tents. Jacob wasn't some killer. He wasn't some murderer. A lot of you think it's black or Latino to be a murderer. It's not. It's white to be a murderer. That's the trait of white people. It's white to loot. It's white to riot. It's white to commit mass murder. That's a white characteristic that they've had since Esau in the Bible. Why? Because without it, they would never succeed. They succeed by force. They don't succeed because God shines his light on them. God does not shine his light on them. They would never succeed from the ghetto. never succeed from the barrio, never succeed from the reservation. Why? Because they have to kill and dominate for their society to thrive. Everybody understands. Keep going.
Verse 11. He hath made everything beautiful in his time.
Who made everything beautiful in his time? Chicago.
It's like you said, the Most High.
No. The children of men. What is his time? Chicago.
So like you said, would it be the time that he has to rule on the earth?
Give him a hand. That's his time. So what have the children of men done? When I say the children of men, I mean the other nations. Who are we? Blacks and Latinos, so-called North American Indians. God damn it, I left something in the room back here. Do me a favor, Levi. It's like some laminated cards. It might be left out on the table. Who are they? We're the children of God. They're the children of men. They have made everything beautiful in their time. Oh, man, I was driving up here to New York, brother, from downtown. Oh, it's beautiful at 34th Street up. Beautiful. Ooh, you know that, Corayala. Oh, my God, the shops, the restaurants. What kind of food do you like? Name it. You want some Moroccan food? You want some Vietnamese food? What you like? Polynesian food. It's right here in the city. It's right here. Every race, every restaurant, every pleasure, every delight is here in New York. Everything you want. Everything.
Sounds like Sodom.
Say again?
Sounds like
Sodom and Gomorrah, correct. Yeah, I mean, in their time, everything is beautiful. The skyscrapers, what's that word in Spanish for skyscraper? Damn, the brother just taught it to me this week again.
We did it last week.
Scriptos something. Well, the skyscrapers are beautiful. Tourists come just to look at the damn buildings. Just to come and look at the damn building. What about Washington, D.C.? Oh, the buildings. He makes everything beautiful. Everything is wonderful. The so-called white man legalized weed. Say again? Rascacielos. They're beautiful. Bonita. What? Cieros. Oh, they're beautiful. They're wonderful. He makes everything beautiful in his time. Everything. The so-called white man legalized marijuana. Marijuana has become beautiful. Oh, my God. The strains of it all. All of those lotions. A lot of y'all stink like marijuana right now from the lotions. You put in the lotion, you rub it all over yourself. Let me tell you how good the white man's marijuana is. The white man's marijuana is so good and so beautiful that it made a lot of you just fall in love with vegetation. Now you're burning sage and all these plants because you're in love with green things. That's how powerful weed is. Right. You think I didn't know why y'all love sage? Because of weed. You think I didn't know that? I knew that. Hey, we got to grow these plants and sage and thyme and rosemary. Weed is so good, it made you fall in love with vegetables. A lot of you niggas is vegan because of weed. You think I didn't know? You think I didn't know why you vegan? You went vegan because weed is so good. You was smoking. You said, damn it, that's all I want. I don't want nothing but green things in me. All I want is vegetables in me because weed is so good. You want nothing. You want vegan in your life. So, because you now worship vegetation. He made weed beautiful and glorious in his time, with the time he has. Keep going.
Also, he had set the world in their heart.
Also, what has he done, Chicago?
Set the world in their heart.
This devil has made everything beautiful, and with him making everything beautiful, he has set the world in your mind. Now your mind is getting high. Weed and monogamy.
Right.
And everything is a dream and everything is wonderful. He's put you deeper into the self-destruction of society in his time. in his time. Keep going.
Kana Wakan. So that no man can find out the work that God maketh from the beginning to the end.
Why can't any man find out the work that the Most High has done? Because these children of men have made everything so beautiful that they've set the world in your heart, in your mind. Now you can't even see God's creation because all you think about is making it in the music industry.
Right.
That's your whole life. Let me tell you how powerful the white man is. If someone tells you, I'm in the industry, what does that mean? Who knows? If I say, listen, oh, he's in the industry, what does that mean? Who wants to break it down for me? Levi.
Meaning they are part of Hollywood.
Yeah, does it mean the textile industry? Or the mineral industry? The industry is the music industry.
Right.
That's how beautiful he makes it. In your mind, it's only one industry on the planet, the one that makes everybody stars. You clearly are not talking about the textile industry or the precious mineral industry or the industry that makes boots, right? The industry to you is the one that makes you a beautiful movie star. That's the industry. And so what do? You're going to get on a Greyhound bus, come down here to New York, and whore out of every draw leg, mouth, and orifice.
Right.
Why? Because you came to New York to be a star. Right. Or you end up on Hollywood Boulevard. Why? Because you came there to be a star. What do you end up being? A dumpster for fluid. A fluid dumpster.
Right.
I think you understand Chicago.
Kana Wakan, the water, sir.
No problem. Anything else? Asher.
Khan, so we have a question online. This question is about a question that they asked last week. This is you said you were going to break down.
Give the brother up front $1 more. He's doing it so right. Keep it coming for him. Right here. Him right there. Him right here. Give him that money right there. He's doing it so right.
You said we're going to break down the day of Simon.
Ain't that something? The day of Simon about the IUIC. Did I give you a video on that? Just give me the picture. Does he have it?
No.
Okay, we got to get it when we get the picture. I brought it out earlier, Rock. The day of Simon. The day of Simon is some, holiday they made up about some cat named Simon in the Bible. That's it. Abadja?
If I may, basically, one of Malachi's sons, after another victory, this is after Hanukkah, created another holiday.
Mm-hmm.
So they look at that and say, oh, we have to celebrate this too.
All right, no problem. Yeah, I got you. All right, let me get some more questions before I got to get into my polygamy tonight. Okay, I think I broke down the day of Simon. You can send me the picture if you want to show the picture. It looks like, and we need to play Big Frida also tonight.
Constant.
Yeah,
I got that for you.
I could watch Big Frida for an hour.
Buddy.
Okay,
you want
let's just play Big Frida periodically throughout in between the questions. Just forget the day of Simon. Just put Big Frida up there. Let's just play Big Frida. Yeah, play it one time. Just a good question in the way. Look at him. Oh, he's a choreographer.
Everybody say,
Stop it.
He's in the industry.
He's in the industry.
Keep on praying. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Wow.
How it's made. Joy in the morning. Keep on praying. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. How it's made. Joy in the morning. Love in the morning. I'ma stop weeping. I'ma stop crying.
When I struggle,
when I struggle,
my daddy knows.
what it is, what it was, what it is.
He's dancing now. He's dancing.
When I'm hurt.
Now, listen, Levi, I'm glad you saw that. Levi, listen, he came over there. He saw all those men's over there. He said, I'm coming to get you men's. I'm giving you some of this here. That poor little brother, purple man right there. Brother, he is looking away in shame. He is ashamed of that. Give him a hand. He's trying to hold on to it. Purple man, whoever you are, don't let him steal your manhood from you in there. Levi.
If I may, sir, I may be wrong, but he looks like in his mind, he's saying, man, the ISUPK was right.
I hope so. Bro, Levi, what you want to say? I mean,
if I may, sir, that's that same dancing guy was the one that punked the brothers at that union.
Yeah, he went over there to the house of David and punked them. Meanwhile, he's queer. He's a queer choreographer. Play it again.
Yes, sir. From the top.
But look, what is that face he's making? He's so impressed with himself. Like, I'm showing these niggas. I'm giving them all I got tonight. I'm giving it up. I'm giving them all I got. He twerking, twerk. Why is he so impressed? And let me tell you something. Now, listen. Now, once again, okay, there is nothing wrong with a man dancing. But you can't dance gay, Yuck. You got to dance like a man. Come on. Dance with a woman.
Like a shagapon.
Yeah, come on. Like a Listen, brothers in the UPK dance with women. Brothers in the UPK dance with 2 women.
Right.
3 women. Give Malakwa a hand. Yeah. Malakwa out in Texas, brother. I was sitting in some club in Texas. I'm sitting out in the club. I had decided to drink that night. I decided to have one. I was in Texas. I was in Chicago. Might as well. And I'm sitting in the VIP room, and Malakwa come in there with 2 women and started dancing with these 2 women in the middle of this club. Both of them he got pregnant. Both of them he lives with. I said, this cat is a real cult leader. He is a real, and he was dancing, and it was beautiful. Look. Big Frida, you gotta dance like a man. You can't dance like a woman. You can't do that. Come on, you disappoint everybody in the purple group. About you.
So I'm just gonna bring out. People do mistake them for a goddamn fraternity. Like
They do. Another fraternity who loves to dance with men and not dance with women.
Yeah.
Keep playing, Big Frida. Here he comes. And he knew he was about to do it. When he put his phone down, he said, I'm getting
it. So you missed his face.
Go ahead.
Look at his face. Ready?
Go ahead.
His face. Look at his face. He did the L Cool J.
Hold up. Now I don't know dancing, but don't you have to practice? Yeah, you can't just do this off the top of the head, man. Like that means you done went home and said, at the next wicked holiday, I'm gonna come in there and show these motherfuckers what I got.
And 1. And 2.
And 1. And 2. And then he messed it up. He put stop on the song. Come on, get it right. Get it right, Deacon. Deacon, don't let him beat you. He put stop and he keep practicing until he gets it right. Knowing that this wicked holiday is coming where he's going to celebrate it and do his dance battle routine. Play Debbie Allen.
Everybody say, keep on praying. Nobody knows. Help me. How it's Joy in the morning.
Keep going.
Help me. How it's made. Joy in the morning. That's right. What I've been wanting. But I'ma stop weeping. I'ma stop crying. Stop crying. When I'm in trouble. When I'm struggling. But daddy knows. What it is, what it was, what it is, what it's gonna be like. Hallelujah. When I'm hurt, home from work. My pop cares.
Rewind the guy. I did not even see that until just now. The guy was like, I give up, Deacon. Your twerk is more powerful than mine. You look at that right there. Deacon, your twerk is more powerful than mine, Deacon.
And his face.
Okay, does that mean he's doing this challenging that guy? He looking at him like he's like a set it off. Like, what's that movie where they have dance battles?
You Got Served?
You Got Served. He looking at him like this is You Got Served. Keep playing.
This is for Saint.
My podcast.
All the time.
We'll play more of that. We're gonna play that all the time. Okay, so now, go ahead, Warrior, right here.
Sir, I Shazammed it. That's a Kurt Franklin song.
You are kidding. How'd you know to Shazam it? You gotta have young brothers around you. Give him a hand. Damn. One more question. What the hell is Shazam? Go ahead.
You hit the button and whatever song is playing, it identifies the song.
Are you telling me? Jesus Christ. Are you telling me that the IUIC is having a dance battle to a Kirk Franklin song? Come on, Israelite out there. Come on, IUIC. Why can't you talk? I just want to understand. I don't want to beat you up. I'm just trying to understand you. Why would you be doing that? Why would you be having a dance battle to a Kirk Franklin song in your church? Unless you're just a bunch of Christians. That would explain it. But if you don't think you're a bunch of Christians, then just help me to understand it. I'm just a person just trying to understand what you purple cats are doing in there. All right. I got to move on with the questions. Any other questions?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Al.
This person here stated, Slacker, sir, can I get a precept on helping brothers out of gangs, please?
Helping brothers out of gangs. You can help brothers out of gangs the same way you help sisters out of pornography. And you help women out of prostitution. And you help brothers out of murdering anybody. A gang is a supplement family. And when you have a terrible family at home, you will take love wherever you can find it. Right. Especially when you don't know what love is at all. Right. The problem with gangs is to think about them like it's a specific thing that needs to be combated. It's not. It's no different than any other thing that will grow in opposition to a good family, which you don't have. You have a good family, Ogden. That's how you destroy gangs. That's how you get rid of prostitution. A lot of you cats in the IUIC, you go to see prostitutes. You love prostitutes. Why? Because you can have sex with them and not be married to them. Well, you can't have prostitution without child molestation. There's only one way to keep prostitution going, and that's to create new prostitutes with child molestation. You love pornography? That's what you love? Well, you can't have pornography without child molestation because there would be no porn stars without child molestation. So how do you defeat those things? You defeat those things by being moral in your home. Morality. By having morality. By teaching a child morality. The only way you can teach a child morality is for you to be a moral person. How do you become a moral person? By becoming a member of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge out of 1 West, Harlem, New York, 125th Street. The UPK will stomp out gangs, pornography, and we'll even stomp out the most destructive organization on the planet, the Christian church. And let me tell you something else. Brakathay Hawawaya was shot. Every gang in America, all of them, The gangster disciples, the black disciples, all of those old school New York gangs, the Black Spades, all of the Crips and the Bloods all over the planet. None of them has done the damage that the Christian church has done. A lot of your problem is you think gangs are the problem when the church is the problem. The church is the reason for prostitution, for pornography, for gangs. Why? Because the Christian church takes morality out of the home. And then the gang, the pimp, the drug dealer gives your child a new set of rules, since your child has no rules. The Christian church teaches you what? God loves you no matter what you do. The Christian church has no rules. Oh, well, the pimp has rules. You better have him his money, bitch, by tomorrow. The gang has rules. You better go put in work. Every other thing that your child joins because he's trying to flee from their church, they all have rules. Your house doesn't have rules, though. Your house is God loves you no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter anything, God loves you. And then your child leaves out of your house and seeks order out of your home. Your daughter is looking for order. She's looking for it. She didn't have a father. She didn't have someone to tell her when to come in the house and what to do. And she finds some pimp that gives her order. And she'll take it if she has to just have sex with other men to help make him happy. She's looking for it. But what do you do if you want to stop gangs? Get rid of the church. Right. If you stomp out the Christian church, there will be no gangs. There will be no prostitution. There will be no pornography. But as long as you have churches, you're going to have gangs, because churches create gangs. Churches create prostitution. Churches create pornography. I pray that answers this question.
I have another question, sir. This is from a sister. She said, how do I learn to listen to my husband better? He is in the school because I'm really trying.
I got you. You have to focus on why you don't want to listen to your husband. You got to. Now, some of this you need a private counsel, but okay, you have to focus on the reason that you don't listen to him. He's in the school. So then why don't you listen to him? You got to examine that. Now, there can be 10 different reasons for that. Some of them your fault, some of them his fault. Who knows? But you have to examine it and see why exactly you are struggling. If you want to listen to him, then why aren't you doing that? What other things do you want to do that you don't do? Like, that's ridiculous. You're telling me you want to do a thing and you're still not doing it? I want to get in my car and drive the hell out of here. If I do, I'll do it because I want to do it. I want to go and get a bottle of scotch that costs $400. I'll do it because I want to do it. Are you telling me there's a thing that you want to do that you don't do, even though you want to do it? I'd have to examine that and see why can't you do a thing that you want to do. I don't know why. I'd have to examine it. It could be many different reasons. All right. Abadja.
Could I get a precept on, since we were just talking about not harassing Christians at their place of worship?
Not say it one more time.
Can I get a precept for not harassing Christians at their place of worship, and that's not One West or anything any of the prophets did?
The foolishness of preaching. That's what you need.
Count on count.
Go ahead.
You know why I'm asking, right?
Of course.
Yeah, count on count. Sir.
He's asking. Tell everyone why you're asking.
Because I just read another one last night. I forgot to send it to you, but IUIC makes a habit of going up to people's churches and basically harassing the parishioners.
Yeah, the IUIC has nothing to say because they cannot speak, and they're terrible at doing the speaking. Terrible. An IUIC speaking video is boring. It's absolutely boring. No one wants to hear it. It sounds like blah, 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 and no one gives a damn. And so they can't change anyone's mind by speaking. So they have to resort to tactics with going to the front of your church and lining up in front of your church so you can't go inside because they can't change your mind with their words. But of course, if you don't have words, then the Most High isn't talking to you, which is why you can't talk to anybody else. The Lord said this, with the foolishness of preaching will I save this people. Right? Speaking is how you change people's minds, not by, barring them from going in their church. That does nothing at all, period. All it will do is scare the cowards to joining you. So now your church will be full of cowards who were too afraid to punch you in your face and go into their church. And then they'll join you and they'll go celebrate the evil holidays in your church as opposed to in their grandmom's church.
Wicked holidays.
The wicked holidays. Wicked holidays. That's your precept, all right? Come on.
It's 8:40.
The water, I got to get into it. Clap it up now. Let's get into a topic I'm very familiar with, which is much polygamy. Do I have the much polygamy when Nate said that? If you don't have that, that's where it comes. Nate, Bishop Nasty Nate, he was asked on a show, why did he leave the Israelite group he was in and join his own group and make his own group? He said, well, in there was much polygamy in there. Much polygamy and backbiting. That's another thing he said. He said backbiting. Who knows what backbiting is? Sister. No, right here. Microphone. See me one more time. Mm-hmm.
When you're talking about someone behind their back.
Yeah. Guess who the main one was?
Trend started by you. That's the
Nasty Nate. You know what? When Nate said he didn't like all that backbiting, you know what it reminds me of? Arguing with your wife. And she, not your wife in specific, but this. Many times I get a call from a sister. I'm sorry, Warrior. I get a call from her sister and she'll say, I'm tired of arguing with my husband. Or I get a call from a brother and he'll say, I'm tired of arguing with my wife. Arguing can stop tomorrow. Agree. Right. Just disagree with them. The problem with arguing is you don't want to agree with the other one. So really arguing is not the problem. The problem is you refuse to agree with them. Anyone can stop arguing. Just say, you're right, baby. I'll do it. No sweat, baby. You got it. But really, when a person says there's too much arguing in their home, what they mean is, I can't win any of them. That's what they actually mean. They want to win these arguments. They want the arguing to stop without them agreeing with the person they're arguing with. Well, Nate is the same way. Nate left the UPK because of all the backbiting. Nasty Nate, just do what you're told and the backbiting stops. Right. Just stop disagreeing. Stop doing things that are against what the Most High God said. And then there's no more arguing. There's no more backbiting. He was against that the same way he was against polygamy, because there was much polygamy in the ISUPK. Well, I hold your point. Let me explain. We're going to go into some precepts about polygamy tonight. Polygamy is the unsung hero of this nation. Now, before we start, raise your hand if your father had children that were not with your mother. Ooh, that's a lot of people. That's the majority of their home. Raise your hand if your father was with another woman first before he had you. Raise your hand. Ooh.
My father had women during being with my mother. He had women.
Yeah, he had women. Yeah. So do you understand? If you don't believe in polygamy, you didn't want to exist. Right. Because without polygamy, you would not exist. There would be no life on earth. Do you understand? Life on earth comes from polygamy. That's how life is here. That's how you can lose 3 million people in the war, and people are still here because some man is getting everybody pregnant. Everybody, everybody's getting pregnant. Otherwise, where do all these people come from? How many people died in World War II? 3 million. World War I, 2 million. The Iraqi War, 3 million people. Vietnam, 800,000 people. Where are all these people? People somehow are still here. Polygamy is why they're here. Because men desire women. They want them. Which is why these studs and bulldaggers will never overtake men. I don't know if you sisters know about that. A lot of you get tempted by a stud and a bulldagger because you're so thirsty for attention and you think you can never get a man because in your mind you had sex with so many men. You need to try women now. Maybe things will turn out better. A lesbian will never replace a man because for two reasons. One, a lesbian can never make a person, and a lesbian can never want a woman the way a man does. You dykes, you bulldaggers, you don't understand. You don't know what it is. You know what you bulldaggers want? You want companionship. You want friendship. You want a BFF that you can kiss. You don't know what men want. What men want from women is primal. Do you understand? It's like it's hard for them to get it, Levi. I'm trying to explain it to a woman, but she's not going to understand how much men want women. It is so primal, and it's the birds and the bees. It's like something that is driving you every day to do everything you do. Do you understand? You would do nothing if it wasn't for a woman. You just want women. You want them from around about what age? 11? And it begins to take over. It begins, and that urge builds society. It builds everything because there is a man who is thinking to himself, I must have her. I must do whatever I can to have her. I have to have her. I will let nothing stop me from having her. There was a time when men would just pick up two swords and kill each other over you. That's just that. They would just say, we're fighting to the death over her like two lions. We're going to kill each other. And at the end of this, we will get her. Well, that built society. That's where society comes from. And a bulldagger can't have that. She doesn't have sperm or testosterone. She doesn't know what that urge is that desires women that intensely. Every man knows it from when he's 11 years old. Every last man knows what I'm talking about. Now, what did the Most High do? The Most High didn't shut down the engine to society. He gave it structure and rules. And he put it in its proper position so that society could flow, but at the same time, morality could grow. The Romans did something different. Give me monogamy first. Asher, you have it? Let me give you the opposite of polygamy. Then I'll give you a ton of scriptures on polygamy in the Bible. First, let me tell you where monogamy comes from. Polygamy, poly means many. Many wives, many marriages. That's where the gamy comes from, right? Polygamy means many marriages. Monogamy means one, like monopoly, right? Or mono, it means one marriage. Polygamy is how every society operated on the planet until, guess what race came up? The Greeks and the Romans, especially the Roman Empire. When the Roman Empire began to rule, there was a man named Augustus Caesar, and his name was August because August meant upright. And he believed that polygamy was evil. It was wrong because he wanted his people to have one wife because having one wife makes you safe. It turns you into someone that's a house cat, not an alley cat. Some of you hate the UPK because we're alley cats. Right. Everybody understands. You know already. We're not house cats. But when someone forces you to have one wife, what do you become? A house cat. And you're just in the house every day, home by 5, making sure she never thinks you're cheating on her, and it makes you less of a threat to the state. It takes away your desire to rebel because it makes you a family man. When a man who has more than one wife, he'll rebel against the state. He's a conqueror. He wants to take. He's hungry. Do you understand? He has a hunger. When some old purple alley cat, he's home every day by 5, presenting you his phone for your inspection. Please make sure I am not seeing anyone. Go through my pocket. Here's my pockets so that you can know I don't have phone numbers in there. Here's mine social media account passwords. So you can make sure he's a house cat. The IUIC are a bunch of house cats are. That's what they are. All right. What's the point I'm trying to make out to you right now? They didn't get it from the Bible. They got it from the Romans. Asher, put it up on the screen and show it to them. What do we have here? Go, let me see the top.
Marriage in ancient Rome.
Here we go. Marriage in ancient Rome. As you know, the IUIC wears purple. Where did that purple color come from? The Romans. The Romans attempted to force Christ to wear purple because their leaders, their kings, wore purple. They tried to force Christ to wear purple. That's what they did because Roman dignitaries wore purple. The IUIC wears purple because it's a Roman custom. I'll pull that next if I have to. Where their form of marriage comes from Rome. Play. Up top. Go ahead.
Marriage in ancient Rome was a fundamental institution of society and was used by Romans primarily as a tool for interfamilial alliances.
Meaning what? They use marriage like treaties between two people. So, I wanted to join her family, so I signed a contract with her, which made me now an ally of her family. So her family did not want me to sign another contract because it would lessen their agreement. So the only way we could agree is if my daughter was your only wife, which made my daughter your heir to all of your money. And Romans use marriage like a contract, which is what it has become in America and Great Britain and France. Marriage has nothing to do with love, nothing to do with fidelity, nothing to do with commitment. Marriage is about the contract. Marriage is about who gets your money, who has the say when you're sick. Marriage is about the contract, but marriage has nothing to do with love. Some of you stupid bitches out there, you think that a marriage license means he loves you until you get a, sisters, let the sisters answer.
Hey.
Until you get a what? You think marriage license means love until you get a divorce. Do you know by the time in 1970, 30% of marriages had divorce. By 1969, 70% of marriages were ended in divorce. By 1969. The minute everyone realized they could get a divorce, everyone got one. Everyone got one. The divorce rate was low when the Catholics didn't let you get divorced. But the minute the Catholics said you can go ahead and get one, everybody got one. No one wanted to stay with each other the rest of their lives. If you want to know why marriages fell apart, people stopped being forced to stay together. Which tells you what about marriage? They were only together because of the contract. They didn't want to be with each other. And the minute the church and the state said you can get a divorce in 1969, 70% of marriages ended in divorce to this day. To this day. Why? Because all of it was just the Roman concept of marriage. Put it back up on the screen.
Yes, sir. Roman marriage was a monogamous institution.
It was a what?
Monogamous institution.
Read it from the Roman.
Roman marriage was a monogamous institution.
Read it again.
Roman marriage was a monogamous institution.
That's where you get that from, that monogamy. You get it from the Romans, which is where you get the wearing purple from. The Romans. Keep going.
Concern. Roman citizens could have only one spouse at a time.
At a what?
One spouse at a time.
At a what?
At a time.
At a time. Back in Rome. Only one spouse at a time. Keep going.
But allowed divorce and remarriage.
What did the Romans allow?
Divorce and remarriage.
Are you allowed to divorce your wife in the IUIC? Who knows? Anybody know for a fact?
If I may, if she leaves what they call the truth or their congregation, you are supposed to divorce her. Yeah.
Yeah, the
She's an unbeliever.
IUIC believes in divorce because Romans believed in divorce. They believe in that. So the same way you can go they force you to get a marriage license saying we're married, they're going to force you to get a divorce decree also about you.
And what's so interesting, because I just realized this, is that it's so weird. You find so many videos of sisters saying, my husband left me and divorced me because I left the IUIC. And I find it very funny and strange because we're talking about divorce rates. It's usually the women that initiate. But in this group, purple group, it seems that the men are the ones doing the women's job.
Well, I can explain that to you. In the IUIC, they don't like girls. Right. And you give me any group that pushes monogamy or celibacy, forced monogamy, they don't like girls up. Ask your Catholic priests who say you can't have any wife at all. They're queer. The IUIC is queer. They don't like girls up. But in the UPK, sisters, clap your hands because we love girls.
That's right.
Ooh-wee. Oh, do we love them like the multiverse of madness. We love them. Can't get enough of them like potato chips. Can't get enough. One is just really not enough. Skip down.
Yes, sir.
Now we're going to go where now? Okay, read that.
Marriage in ancient Rome was strictly monogamous institution. Under Roman law, a Roman citizen, whether male or female, could have only one spouse at a time.
Okay, I think I got that. Skip down to the other one.
The practice,
you need more right here?
Yeah, the practice of monogamy distinguished the Greeks and Romans from ancient civilizations in which elite males typically had multiple wives.
You see that? The Greeks and the Romans, this distinguished them because in ancient civilizations, elite males always had more than one wife. Always. Right? But the Romans were different. They were different. You could only have one wife and be accepted in proper Roman society. That's where the IUIC gets it from, because they got it from the Christians, who got it from the Catholics, who got it from the Roman Catholics, who got it from the Romans. That's where it comes from. Skip down for time's sake. Keep going. Right there. Hold up. Let me see. No. I want to run about the Fabian wives.
Oh, that's a different one, sir.
Okay. Now I only want you to go to that link. Just give me that link because it's fast.
The Sabian?
But I sent you two links.
Yes.
The second link, that's the one I want.
Concert.
Go ahead, Out.
Salaki, sir, I had a question. I don't know if you was going to go into Matthew's, the 19th chapter.
Remind me of what that is.
When the Pharisees asked Christ about divorce. My main question was, my main question was, how do IUIC see that verse where Christ specifically?
1 second.
Yeah, this is the first one, the Sabian
Not
wives.
the first one. Forget that one.
And this is the Romans, the one that we're
This
on.
is the one, but it's right here somewhere. I just need to read it by a second. 1 second. It holds mythological. I told you about it before class.
Right here, sir.
Right. That's right there. Go ahead, Abaji. What do you want to say?
John, I was just saying, like, how do they skip over the part, going back to what I said about them divorcing, where Christ said from the beginning it was not so?
Abaji, because that Bible means nothing in the IUIC. It's like asking a Christian, did you see where Jesus is black? The Bible says Jesus is black. But yet every Christian has a white Jesus in their church. Why? Why? Because they could care less about that Bible. Everyone understands. Get a young brother one more dog up front. All right. Where's the other little one at? I ain't seen him. He didn't run around all day. Where's he at? Give him one more, too. Give him one more. All right. The young brother behind him. You clap it up for him. He's sitting down there, too. All right. Let's go ahead.
Go on, sir.
Read that, please.
Marriage had mythical precedents.
It had what?
Mythical precedents.
I'm about to explain to you where monogamy comes from in Rome. This is it. This story is the birth, the tradition, the mythology behind monogamy. Keep going.
Starting with the abduction of the Sabian women.
The word rape comes from a word that means rapos or kidnap. The term kidnap and rape are the same thing in Latin. It's the same exact thing. Because the entire belief of monogamy comes from the kidnapping, the abduction, the rape of the Sabian brides. Keep reading.
Starting with the abduction of the Sabian women, which may reflect the archaic custom of bride abduction.
Keep going.
Romulus and his band of male immigrants approached the Sabians for connubium.
Connubium is like a concupiscence, means sex, which is what they're talking about. To be concupiscent means to sex. Romulus is who Rome is named after. There were two brothers, Romulus and Remus. Romulus killed Remus and made a city called Rome after himself. This city grew and grew and grew. They had 7 kings that ruled over the 7 hills of Rome. Then later on, Rome became a republic under one emperor, the most famous of which is Julius Caesar. All right. But a long time ago, there used to be a monarchy and they had a king. Their first king was Romulus. Now, Romulus was an immigrant living in Sabia, which is what the land of Rome was called before Romulus took it over. And he wanted to have sex with these women. Now, early marriage among white people was hitting you over the head with a stick. That was marriage. And you can go Google this with the Neanderthal man. They had a big stick, and that was how they got married. They hit a woman over the head, dragged her out the house, and she was his. And now the Romulans did this. They wanted to have sex with these girls, so they just raped them. Because rape is the original form of marriage for white people. You go back to when they were hairy, when they were primal, they just raped the women. These early Romans did this with these Sabians. They just hit him over the head and took him. Abadia.
I'm gonna say, well, since we're talking about fake Israelites, there was another group of fake Israelites that thought something similar.
Yeah, GMS, they also believed in rape. They're gone now. Keep going. Who else believes in rape? The IUIC believe in rape. Can I get the video? I didn't give it to you, Asher. Somebody sent Asher the video about what's the name of the rape? Corrective rape. You see, these are Romans. They're like Romulus. The IUIC believes in corrective rape. They rape you now, you're theirs, and they sign a marriage license later. When you get it, Asher, play that. First, keep reading.
The legal right to intermarriage from the Sabians. According to Livy, Romulus and his men abducted the Sabian maidens, but promised them an honorable marriage.
Read that again.
But promised them an honorable marriage.
You see, after they raped them and kidnapped them, they said, listen, I know this looks bad, but I'm going to give you an honorable marriage. Keep going.
But promised them an honorable marriage in which they would enjoy the benefits of property, citizenship, and children.
You see that? That's where it comes from. After they raped these women, they had to make amends with their families because they raped them. So then they promised them property, money. And that is where monogamy comes from. It's a legal contract for money. Now you're their heir. Now you get this money. That's why you can go to court and get alimony. Because the entire thing is not about love. It's not about morality. It's a contract for money because that is how it started. It's what you give this woman so she doesn't have her family kill you. You give her money. You give her a contract for money. And that's all you're doing when you go sign a marriage license. It doesn't prove he loves you. You're such a stupid bitch. It makes me sick sometimes because I think about women and I think about, I think about myself. Confession is good for the soul. When I was in the world, you know what I cared about in the world? I cared about the ceremony and not the work. It's a graduation time, right? Clap it up for all the UPK kids that go to graduation. Tons of your children are achieving high goals in school. And every camp leader should be giving these children money. If you got children in your camp and they're getting straight A's and they're getting honors and they're graduating, give those kids some money, man. Encourage that kind of behavior, man. Do it. The Commanding General Yohana wants us to reward children who receive academic honors and who graduate. Well, because it's graduation season, graduations are beautiful. You get the cap and the gown, and you get to walk down the aisle, and it's so glorious. But a graduation is nothing without getting the grades. Getting the grades is the more important thing. The grades. Some of you idiots, you love a birthday party. You want to have a birthday party. Well, a birthday party is nothing if you're living the kind of lifestyle that's going to kill you. Because you're not going to have many birthdays because you get high and because you're a thief and a criminal and you go to church. But you care about getting a cake and getting the party. And you know what else you care about? You care about a wedding ceremony. You want to have the bridesmaids and the dresses and the church and people throwing rice and the honeymoon. You care about the marriage ceremony, but you don't care about the marriage. The marriage. And this is what monogamy has done to you. It's made you superficial. So now every stupid bitch just wants a marriage ceremony, but she doesn't want to be married. That's not what she wants. How do you know? In 2 years, you're getting a divorce. You're getting a divorce in 2 years. This same bitch that complained and wanted to marry you and said, can I invite my mother? Here's the guest list. Here's the gifts I want. Here's everything I need for the marriage ceremony. I want a ring. I want a ring. I want a ring. You're getting divorced in 2 years because she wanted the ceremony, but she didn't want the marriage. If I could tell any of you stupid bitches and young kids something, care about the thing, not the celebration. Care about the actual marriage. Like, say to yourself, I'm marrying this man not because so I can have a big party to put on social media, but so I can spend 40 years with him and never leave him. So I could actually have a good marriage, because having a good marriage is better than having a wedding day. Does everyone understand? Well, the Romans turned marriage into the wedding day, into the contract signing, into you get money, I get money, we do this. This is a contract. They turned marriage into a legal agreement and not a solemn bond that lasts until death. Keep going.
Yes, sir. It says, under Roman law, the oldest living male, the father of the family, held absolute authority over his children and to a lesser extent his wife.
You understand? Meaning under Roman law, the oldest son was in charge. He was the father. He was the one who was in charge. Keep going.
Concern. His household was thus understood to be under his manus, literally hand.
Mm-hmm.
He had the right and duty to seek a good and valuable match for his children and might arrange a child's betrothal.
I'm going to skip down. You got to read this on your own. The eldest son had all the power until he got married. He gave someone away in marriage. Now, this marriage gave her money, gave her responsibility, gave her a dowry, gave her things that now she could take power in the family. And that was the way that they made the Sabian fathers not kill them. Because the Sabian fathers wanted to murder Salakia, kill them because they raped their daughters. But they convinced the Sabian fathers not to kill them because they made contracts with their daughters to make their daughters their financial heirs. And because of it, the Sabians said, all right, no problem. You can have my daughter because now she'll get all your money. And it was an agreement between these families. And that's why marriage became that. It became a contract. It became something carnal and cold as opposed to a lifelong bond. Some of you would never abandon your children, but you'd abandon your wife. You would never abandon your child, but you leave your husband. If I said, listen, your child is bad, your child is acting up, drop him off at the fire station and leave him there. You would never do that to your child, no matter how bad your child was. You found a phone number in your husband's phone, you're leaving him. Why? Because you don't consider your husband to be your sisters. A little more. Well, he's not your child, but he is your what?
Spouse.
He is your what?
Spouse.
Your child is a member of your
Family.
You don't consider your husband to be
Family.
Because if your husband was your family, if he was your family, then what?
If he cheated on you, you would stay.
Why?
Because he's your family.
Give her a hand. You see that? You would stay. But your husband never gets to be your family. Your mama is a crackhead. You don't leave her.
Right.
Your mom vexes you, gets on your nerves, said evil things to you. What do you say? That's still my mama. That's still my mama. No matter what she do. That's my mama. Well, your husband is your husband if he has 10 wives, ain't he? That's still your husband. When does he get to be your family? When do you make a bond with him that is at least as strong as the bond with your mama and your uncle that molested you, that you still go and eat Christmas dinner with him every year and sit across the table from him? And you know he molested you and you sit there and pass him mashed potatoes. But your husband, you end the bond with him when you're unhappy. Because your husband is never your family, because your marriage is Roman. Right. You have a Roman marriage. Your marriage is a contract. Your marriage is, business partners making a deal. In the UPK, our marriages are not contracts. Our marriage are solemn oaths that we make. It's solemn. It's holy. And brother, I've had to convince some husbands to stay with your dumb ass when he didn't want to stay with you. I pray you understand. Because you vex him and get on his nerves. And some of you are not even the truth. And yet your husband is being told to stay with you. That's right. And you're a Muslim, a Christian, a IUIC purple bitch or something. And your husband is still being told, you got to stay with her. You can't leave her. You got to stay with that woman. Because we consider marriage to be more than a business contract. It's a solemn oath. That's right. Everyone understands. I think we got it from that. Give me my precepts. Give me Isaiah 14. Come on, fast. I need my phone. Give me the precept. What Paul said. It's in the New Testament. Be ye not conformed to this world. Right? Give me that, and keep the traditions. And just give me all your polygamy precepts. There's a whole ton of them. The whole Bible is built on polygamy. The whole society. Nothing could happen here without polygamy. Matter of fact, before you do that, give me two sisters that worked out their differences. Give me Leah and Rebecca in the Mandrakes. Right. Give me that, man.
General Haas sent me a video about Bishop Kanai teaching that multiple wives is lawful.
Well, I wish I had time. How much time is it? I do not have time. I would love to go there, Rock, but we got to let cross the line. Come on there. Haas, let me do these few precepts on polygamy. All right, because I want to make sure to exalt polygamy where it should be much polygamy, where it should be exalted. Now, with that said, is polygamy an order? No, you don't have to have more than one wife, but no man can tell you that you can't have more than one wife. That's the thing. Having more than one wife is like having more than one child. You can have an only child if you want, but who in the hell could tell you you can only have one child? Who would say that to you? Who would say, well, you have one child? Salaki, they did that in China. China told them they could only have one kid. And they had to abort every other baby besides that one. They had abortion, state-ordered abortion in China. We don't do that in here. If you want no wife, you don't have to have a wife in the UPK. You can just be a eunuch for the kingdom of heaven's sake. To be a eunuch means you're a person that doesn't have sex. Or you can have one wife, or you can have 10. But it is a solemn responsibility to take on one wife. It's a solemn responsibility. One more thing I got to warn you of. Some of you brothers are one women man, and you shouldn't get more than one wife because you can't spread yourself. To be able to have more than one wife, to be able to go to much polygamy like me up here. Ooh, I'm like butter spread out over bread, brother. You understand me? I'm like butter. Take a big slab of butter. Big slab. Make you some. What's your favorite kind of bread? What do y'all like out here? You like that raisin bread? What else? Raisin bread? There's ain't nothing wrong with that. He can like whatever bread he want to like. God damn, brother, can he like raisin bread? Somebody said, what the fuck he talking about raisin? You want some raisin bread? Get this brother some raisin bread in here tonight. You might like what you like, French bread, I'm sure. What you like, a trooper officer? What's your rank? Listen, that's a high class bread. Give him a hand. That's my kind of bread. I said, you like a good brunch, huh? Like my, I said, his brother go to brunch like me. A kid, if you want to take a woman on a date, take her to brunch. Matter, that's bring me to something else I wanted to help with Barack with. I'll do it at the end of class. You got brioche bread. You got raisin bread. You got all kinds of different breads. If you want to be a polygamist, you're going to have to be like butter that you can just liberally spread out on a lot of bread. Right. Spread it. If you can't spread yourself, get one wife. Just you're a one-woman man. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some parents are one-child parents. You get my point? It's the same thing. You don't need 10 kids because you can't spread yourself over 6, 5, 4 kids. All you can handle is one child. Have your one child and thank the Lord that you have a healthy child. Well, if you only have one wife and that's all you can spread yourself on, thank the Lord you have one good marriage up. Do not get more than one wife unless you can be butter on bread. Does everyone understand? What do you have? What are you holding for me? Leah and Rebecca, tell them where you are.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 30, verse 14.
Now, Leah and Rebecca were two sisters, so they had an inherent rivalry. A rivalry, which if you have a sister, you know what I'm talking about. Sisters just grow up with an inherent rivalry with each other. Well, these two sisters were coincidentally, accidentally married to the same man. I'm sorry, Rachel and who else? Rachel and Leah were accidentally married to the same man. Some brother he wanted to marry one woman. One night he got drunk, married the wrong wife because the father on purpose made him marry the wrong wife so he could have this son's service for 7 more years because this son made his business thrive. So the father wanted him to marry both of his daughters so he could keep him working for him for the dowry price. So he looks up and he has 2 wives who are sisters, who are rivals. What is the part about monogamy that bothers so many women? The rivalry with the other wives. Like the rivalry drives some of you crazy, which is why I always tell brothers, like, if you want to pick a wife, it's better to pick a confident wife. A wife who has confidence. A wife who has low self-esteem can't take the rivalry because already she has low self-esteem. Already she's too ugly, too fat, too skinny, too short, too poor. And so because of that, when you get another wife, she will consider it belittling because already her self-esteem is fragile. When a more confident woman who knows that what she provides is good, that's in Proverbs 34, 31 and 10. She knows that what she provides to you is good. She's confident. So she doesn't really care if you get another wife because she knows that no one can replace her. Now that's a kind of woman. That's a virtuous woman that just has looked at you like, oh, you got another wife. Okay, well, I hope she can provide like me because I'm in here providing in here. So, Lord, come on in here and help out then because she just knows that what she gives you is delicious. And she doesn't think that any woman can beat her. So all any woman can do is just be her sister because she just is so wonderful and so great. And what she gives you is just irresistible. Kwame Ashala. So now that's Leah and Rebecca's situation. They're two sisters. I'm sorry, say again. Leah and Rachel. They're sisters. They disagree. They argue. They're angry at each other. They're rivals, just like you and your husband's other wife. Read.
The book of Genesis, chapter 30, verse 14. And Reuben went in the days of wheat harvest and found mandrakes in the field and brought them unto his mother Leah.
Now Reuben is the horse, right? The stallion, the Seminole Indians, right? Who's a Seminole Indian in the school? Sister Cowada out there in Florida. She's a Reubenite. Give her a hand. I can't remember any other ones. I'm sure there are. Reuben is the father of her tribe, right? And Reuben was out in the field and he found mandrakes. Someone look up mandrake in the Bible dictionary. Mandrake. Her son found mandrakes. So her son went and gave his mother these mandrakes. A mandrake is like a root vegetable. But it's a specifically prized root vegetable for a specific reason. The brothers will look it up for me. So he gave this mandrake to his mother. Who was his mother's name again? Leah. Thawada. Keep going.
Khan. Then Rachel said to Leah, give me, I pray thee, of thy son's mandrakes.
Now Leah and Rachel are sharing a man. So when Rachel found out that Leah had mandrakes, she said, give me your son's mandrakes. Give them to me. Keep going.
Verse 15. And she said unto her, is it a small matter that thou hast taken my husband?
She said, what?
Is it a small matter that thou hast taken my husband?
She said, damn. Wait a minute. You took my husband. Now you want my mandrakes as well? This is real life rivalry that happens today. This happens where you and this sister are sharing the same man. And the sister comes and says, oh, your son gave you mandrakes. Give them to me. Damn, you want my mandrakes and my man? You already got my husband. Now you want my mandrakes? They're talking to each other. Do you understand? This can happen where two sisters can share the same man and they can communicate. They can talk. I would like to have your mandrakes. I'm coming to you, asking you for your mandrakes that your son gave to you. Who looked up mandrakes for me yet? No one else. Trooper, you got it?
Yeah, it's kind of a long definition, but
you know what I need.
Part. It says Rachel. Oh, Slacker. Mandrakes were believed to be a stimulant to help with fertility and conception in barren women.
That's what I need. Mandrakes were an aphrodisiac. Right. Mandrakes made that penis work. That's the point. Some of you buying all kinds like Viagra, right? Or Cialis, right? Mandrakes worked on a penis to make a penis one west. That's what it did. Some of y'all purple women, you don't know. These brothers in here, these penises working here.
That's right.
Ooh, they working. They working overtime. They're working a double shift. These penises in here don't take a day off ever. You say penis, you want to go on vacation? I'm good. I'm straight. I'll show up. I'm gonna be. I'll see you tomorrow. Penis, you want to retire? No, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep on going until the wheels fall off of this thing here. Give that penis a hand. That penis works in here, brother. Why? Because it likes girls. It likes them. It wants them. It desires them. Well, this sister said, damn, your son gave you mandrakes, give them to me. Why is she asking for them? Now you know why she's asking, right? Sister, why does she want these mandrakes from her sister?
Because she want to have a child too.
Because she wants children. So she's like, your son found a root that can make our husband's penis hard. Give him to me. The woman says, damn, you already got my husband. Now I got to make sure his rod is hard. You asked for too much. That is what we're reading about right now, which is what I want you to focus in on. This is the negotiation between two sisters. They're negotiating. You found something to make sure I can get pregnant. Your son found that he gave it to you. I want to get pregnant. Can I have your mandrake? Damn, but you already have my husband. Now I got to make sure you two have good sex. That's what you want me to do now? Let's read her response. Keep going.
And wouldest thou take away my son's mandrakes also?
So now you got my husband. Now you're going to take my son's natural Viagra? You're going to do that now? Go ahead.
And Rachel said, therefore he shall lie with thee tonight for thy son's mandrakes.
You know what, sis? You're right. This is civilized. This is civilized behavior. This is not cutting her tires and punching her in the face and going on social media to talk about her. This is two sisters. They both have agendas. They both have goals. They both want that penis. So now one of them says, I would like your mandrakes because I want my husband's penis to be at peak performance so he can get me pregnant. The other one says, damn, you already got my husband. Now I got to give you my mandrakes also. You're right, sis. So this is what I'll trade for you. He'll be with you tonight. He'll have sex with you tonight. I'll give up my night because tonight is my night. Those of you sisters who share a husband, you know that eventually, if you're civilized, you get a schedule. Right? A schedule is what civilized polygamous marriages do. You get Tuesday. Tuesday is when your world gets rocked. Or Saturday is when you go into the multiverse of madness. But imagine the sister says, but wait a minute now, I need a little Viagra for my situation over here because I need to get pregnant now. And the sister goes, damn, but you got everything else from me. All right, you're right. Take my night. You can take my night. How civilized is this? That's right. This is not world star hip hop or the Hollywood. What's the bitches that be on TV fighting, throwing drinks in each other's face?
Housewives.
The Housewives of Atlanta. This is not that. This is two sisters that share the same man, know that they both want this man, and they trade. They trade with each other. How civilized is that compared to modern society? This is civilized, and it's thousands of years ago. Fine. Read that last part again.
Con out of one con. Therefore, he shall lie with thee tonight.
He'll lie with me. He'll lie with me.
With thee.
He'll lie with me.
With
he
thee.
will lie with you tonight. You can have him tonight. Keep going.
For thy son's mandrakes.
That's my deal. You give me those mandrakes, you get tonight with him. Keep going.
Verse 16. And Jacob came out of the field in the evening, and Leah went out to meet him and said, thou must come in unto me.
Jacob come from work like, all right, let me go to Rachel. Whoa, I ain't going to Rachel tonight. He wasn't even involved in the negotiation. He was not involved. He found out after it happened. Now imagine today, when you look at back in the day, like women had no power. These women decided who had sex this night. They decided, not him. They had the power. These women decided who had sex this night, not the man. He came home expecting to go with Rachel. And then Leah said, no, blah, blah, blah. You with me tonight. I worked it out with your other wife. I guess I got it. Shalom. I guess this is how it works. I must serve when called upon. He went and did it. Is this some weak woman? What is weak about her? Is she some stupid woman that's letting her husband cheat on her? This woman is strong. She's strong, but you don't value her because you value some bitch that's been divorced 3 times. You value her. Read it again. 1 second.
And Jacob came out of the field in the evening, and Leah went out to meet him and said, thou must come in unto me.
You can.
Thou must.
If you want to.
Thou must.
If you choose to.
Must.
You have to have sex with me tonight. Now, this woman is weak. She's some punk. She's some woman that's stupid. Like they want to say UPK women are dumb. Yeah, our women are like this sister right here. Listen, I'm gonna tell you from experience. Sometimes I show up where I'm told. And I serve. Right. Damn right. I pray you understand. I serve. And that's that. They work it out and talk about it and deal with it, whatever. As long as I'm getting some. Whatever y'all do, I'll show up and serve. Everybody understands. There's nothing weak about this. This is your culture. Your culture is not some cold, we want to marry, so let's sign a contract to force us to stay together forever so that you'll give me money if you leave me. That is not our culture. That's white people's culture. Right. That's them. That's not how we operate. We're a sincere people. That's right. We're sincere. We're spiritual. White people have to have some piece of paper to force them to do the right thing. Your husband in the UPK will never leave you for the rest of your life with no paper, with no signature, nothing. What else do I need? Fast. I got to move on. Yeah, the one I asked for about I forget what it was now. Go ahead. That one right there. Go ahead and read that.
I got Romans 12:2, and also, sir, I pulled Samuel's mom. If you're familiar with that story.
Remind me.
Samuel's mother, his father had another wife who was evil towards her. Then she had to go to the priest.
Go ahead, read after this precept. Read that. Go ahead.
You want the Romans?
Yeah. Then I'm gonna end it with Christ with the 7 virgins or 10 virgins, whatever that was.
There's Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world.
That's what happened in the IUIC, the purple pigs. The purple pigs. I'm sorry. Read it one more time.
There's Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world.
The purple pigs have been conformed to this world. They've just decided to be Christians. But in the Bible, polygamy is allowed in the Bible. The Bible says where there is no law, where the young brothers at? They're gone. They here, give them some more money. They gone. Oh, they gone. So like, you thought exactly we would get these brothers grown men. You know what? Give that to the grown man. Here's you. That's you right there. You don't want that. Say that for next week. I'll leave it up here. I'm gonna start stacking some money up here all week. They probably driving y'all crazy every class. I'll stack some money up here, leave it up here every week for you from now on. All right. Who's the mom? The mama? Where's the mama at? Oh, she low. Goddamn. Well, she missed out. All right, go ahead. Keep reading.
Verse 12. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
That's what you have to do. You can't conform. The IUIC conforms. They conform. It's important for them to congregate on these wicked, I'm fine, warrior, on these wicked holidays. They just conform to whatever the world does. You cannot serve God and conform to the world. You have to be transformed. You have to become someone different. The Romans say that monogamy is the only allowable marriage. You can't do that just because white people like it. You're going to have to go into your culture and choose what your culture has decided is right. And your culture does not exist without polygamy. These two sisters, after they traded these mandrakes, 3 more brothers of the 12 tribes were born.
Right.
We don't have these 12 tribes without polygamy.
Right.
Without a man having sex with a woman who was not the first woman that he had sex with. You just can't have a nation without it. Just do the math on it. A brother is going to have to spread himself over much bread. Come on. Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
How is it that a man can have 10 wives? Does he have to love all of them, or he could just love one and not the others?
How many children do you have?
I have 5.
How is it that a woman could have 5 children? Does she only love her first child and not love the rest of them? How do you do that?
Well, for me, I actually love them according to how they treat me.
Do you only love one?
All of them.
You love all 5.
All of them.
You only love the first one.
No, all of them.
You only love the last one.
All.
So how do you find enough love in your heart to love 5 kids?
All of them.
How?
Easy. It's a lot of love to go around.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
It's easy, right? Yeah. These brothers, they can love 5 women easy. Easy. No problem. No problem. We're experts at it. You understand? You'll be fine. Don't worry. We just know how to do this. Like good thick butter. Spread out over raisin bread, brioche bread. I can't, man. Just slather. Just take it out and slather the thing all over the bread. It's just warm it up, toast it in the oven. It's enough bread. It's enough butter to go in that bread. We're gonna butter the hell out of that bread.
Types of bread.
That bread gonna get so goddamn buttered, you won't feel like you ever been buttered in your goddamn life. Moving on. Where are we at now? Go ahead. Have you seen Corayala, stand-up Corayala? This brother butters the hell out of some bread. Put him on camera. Put him on some camera. Who's some other good bread butterers out here? No, turn the camera right here. This one right here. This brother, he butters bread. But bakes it, butters the hell out of it. Give him a hand. A Shah Gupon. Get up here. That's a Shah. This is a young warrior here. Oh boy, that bread would be so sticky with butter. Look at that, sticky with butter. Who's the mother? I bought you. Get up here right now. Talk. You want your bread butter? Do you want your bread buttery? This nigga here butters some bread, sticky with butter. And I got so many of them, Mark. I don't even know what to do. This guard seemed like he make a good piece of bread sticky. Come on up here, brother. He looking over there like he know how to slather some butter on some goddamn bread. Let him see it. Yeah, that bread will be all right. Don't worry about it. Just give up that bread.
And it'll get buttered.
It'll get buttered. Just give it over. Just hand that bread over here. All right. I gotta move on. All right. Anything else cross the line? You 10 hours late. Where's Tazaryak at? Oh goddamn, you back there? We gotta go now, right? Okay. With that, pass the class over to the guard. Give him a hand. Hold up. Can I do one more thing? Otherwise, I ain't gonna never remember this. Guard, give me 1 second, all right? Pasa ti, mi gente. Órale, give me a hand. Pasa ti, mi gente. Mi nombre es Israel Mahayaman. Soy tu hermano y estos son los anuncios. Somos la escuela israelita de conocimiento práctico universal desde 1 Oeste, calle 125, Harlem, Nuevo York, bajo el mando el general Yahana desde el 1969. Carnales, esta es la verdad. Si tú eres latino, negro o indio nativo, tú eres Israel, el pueblo elegido, Dios. Tu madre, tu padre dicen que somos un culto y mantienen su iglesia sin culpa. Órale.
Órale.
Clap it up for the class. Men of Israel, Madiam, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to get one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madiam Shabbat. Amadiam, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barak Thumb. Yajmatah, which means hands down, soft face sisters. Amadiam, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to get one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Madiam Shabbat. Amadiam, Barak, Yahweh
Shema Thumb Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Yajmatah, which means hands down, class dismissed.